How am I doing it here? I'm just casting, getting the player, and then getting the component. So that's what I thought. I don't think I need the player. Oh yeah, make that a variable, there you go. Is this not going through? Done. Yeah. That should be that. So then so I also have get the event press. Get player and get player cash on hand. Bank value. I'm just trying to remember how I did this. Because this updates. So how is this updating? I think that's not right. Okay, but this here is connected to, yeah. So then, yeah, so this is what I need to link, create a binding. What I need to do is borrow this from here. Put that in. Okay, so that's correct. And this, I think, event construct. Well, on the Hearst, I think. Where is... I think it's under Hearst Bank. Okay, yeah. So getting everything in that setting. I could eliminate this. Get all actors of class. I may need, yeah, there's a bit of a delay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take all of this and copy it and disconnect it. Since that shouldn't change. Alright, so overall level amount. I don't need that. I can do this and this. Yeah, I don't need that. Don't need that. Yeah, I don't need that. Just gonna be able to display it there. Good. Don't need that. I'm pretty sure this is it, right? So I'm getting the value of all the item data, max value. Okay, yeah. Should be done like that. Create that as a variable. The target should be this one. Over level amount. Okay, so then if I come to the Hearst, and I add a widget. Doesn't need physics, doesn't need any of that. Rendering. Here we go. Track desired size. So it should be always automatically updating on its own, so it doesn't need anything. Yeah, I think this is a good one. um, how does it do 10? Why can't it just be 0? That can be 0. There we go, that's what I need. I'll download the PNG. I'm gonna save this to content core. Widgets, icons, piggy bank. I just gotta come back here. Icons. Get this set up correctly. This is a UI element. What's the other? The user interface 2D. Where was it? There it is. Let's add an image. At the top. It should be like that for sure. Divide this by 2. 2 again. We'll have the right by 10 pixels. Okay. Let's test it up. Let's see if this works. It did not. That's correct. Player banked cash. Hearth banked cash. What is this? Player banked cash. I'm getting the hers. Okay. Player bank. Graph. Player banked cash. That is the player banked cash. I'm getting the Hearst. Let's just test this. Let's just see what. Let's just see. Okay, yeah, so it should be getting it. So why is it not getting it? So why Hearth, get the Hearth bank value, so Hearth. And interact, right, okay. Press time. I'll see you online. Yeah, that's doing it twice. It doesn't need to do that twice. And then we're getting the bank value, right? So that should be that should be updating. Look at this here, right? So we're getting that, we're getting the first one. What if I disconnect that? Is it because it's already been got? Let's grab something and find out. Errors, return nodes. Hearst accessed none. We'll just do this for right now. right? Oop, 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 oop. So when you offload, this should be updating. I wonder if it's because it should be starting awake. Chart desired size, geometry plane, tick enabled. That's on constant. So it's grabbing all of it, and then when I'm looking, it says get player bank cash. So why aren't you wanting to work? Right, so I'm getting this, getting the Hearst, I'm setting the Hearst. Maybe let's just do this. Get component by class, okay. Come up to a variable, we'll call this BP Hearst. Because that on the right is working, which means it's communicating. But that's not working. So why aren't you working? It's not. It's also not offloading anymore. It should be. That's why. Okay. Okay. So the input's active. We get the line trace if that's valid. So that's going. At the press time is greater, equal to or greater than. We get the player wallet. We get the Hearst bank. We add that together. We set that to the new bank value. Let's just make sure that that's going all the way through. So that should only trigger once equal to, boom, 254, okay. So that's what the bank value is at. And let's do this. Come here. Let's grab this, and let's see if this is just talking. We'll make this pink so we can tell it apart. Interesting. So it's not talking to it. Because this should be going off every frame. But it's not. Right, I should be printing to the string. Should be printing to this right now, but it's not printing. Why are we not printing? Let's just see if it's just saying hello. We'll set it for 1 second. So it should be awake. Tick group. Tick went off screen. Tick enabled. Okay, that showed up for a second. Why did that show up for just a moment and then it went away? So it's ticking once and then turning itself off? Why is it ticking once and then turning itself off? That is very interesting. Event tick. Because this is always printing. So why is this not printing? I am missing something. Collision presets UI. Timing policy. Game time. So real time. That's so weird. Why is it only working like that? Because when it starts, it runs. Do I have something here that's event tick? Do this set active, and that's set to true. Let's see if that fixes it. Let's take a look at what ChatGPT says. World space on an actor, but the tick doesn't go, only for 2 frames, then stops. Thank you. Huh. that's not the issue. Start with tick enabled. Let's try that. So it's only running for 2 frames, which is weird. Right, this should be every single tick. Which I think is why it's not wanting to update, because this should be grabbing all of that. Which makes me think it's somewhere in these settings. It's not manually redraw. That could be why. That's probably what the issue is. Yeah, that was the issue. Because the tick runs off screen. Yeah, there we go. And this should update. Boom, yeah, there we go. Cool. That's working, right? It was me being a dummy. Can this cast shadows? It should be able to cast shadows. Okay. So that's working now. Just on the hearse, I need to... I don't need that. I deleted this like a moron. And the player wallet. I need to get current, or set current wallet. Set current wallet to 0. I'm gonna bring this out. No handstands. So that I can include these. Okay, so that means I can now officially remove this from the HUD. Yeah, that's okay. Pile. Nothing should break. Okay, this is working. Let's find get pressed events. Oh, that's so much better. UI looks way better now. Now what I need to do is I need to try and see about making that bar at the bottom a little bit more visible. It should, once it fills, boop, deplete. There we go. So 1732, 1801, nice. So it's updating all automatically. Don't mind me if you join, I'm also eating. So now, what I need to do is bar, fill. Actually, I think I can do that here. Right. So it scales, border padding, goes from left to right. That's cool. That's new. Make smooth gradient. Oh yeah. So that would be a linear interpolation. Use a lerp, linear color node, red, green, %. Okay. Yes, we can do that. We can definitely do that. On tick, we grab the weight progress bar. We get %, and then we do a lerp. Actually, I should get the color. I need to get the color is what I need to do under style. Get fill image tint. Huh? If you want it, it'll get picked up on the mic if you do. So, does it have to be done right now? fill, set fill type, set tint, hit tints, set fill color and opacity. We'll call this low weight color. We'll duplicate it and we'll say max weight color. And then we'll lerp here. Flip from this will be the alpha. And then the max weight color will be this, and we'll do this. So it'll interpolate between the two. So for this first one, let's make it white, and then it'll get more progressively red as it fills. That should work. Let's see. Ooh. Okay, so that needs to be full. It's working, it was just working a little weirdly. So it's a little, it's not really translating though. I want it to be bright, bright red. What if we start with like a yellow? Let's try green. Let's see how that decides to transition. Green to yellow to red. Okay. That works. And then all the way back down. All this stuff. Nice. Okay. And it's working. I love it. Okay. What if we make this green? I'm not a fan of that. Can we give it an outline? Let's just the dollar sign. So instead of an image, I think, yeah, let's make it green for now. It's a little bit of yellow. Make it green. And then let's make the clock blue. I don't know, what's a clocky color? Orange? Let's do, I'll leave it as white for right now. I think I'm gonna put text in here. Do Roboto. I'll do the dollar sign. Right? Because then I can put an outline on this. It'll be an outline of 3. Let's do 4. Let's put some padding on the right side. We'll pad it by, right, justified, and we'll pad it by, do 15. And then we can do the same here, just to make it stand out. Where is my outline settings? 4? Is that what I have this one for? 4, yeah. Can make the opacity on that better too. Render back all the way up to 8. Let's see how that looks with this here. That's nice. Does it stand out a little bit more? I feel like it's not. Weirdly sized though. Size the content. These are both set to that. Is that because I did it like that? And it's got padding there. You don't have any padding, so I don't know why the box is so tall. It's weird. Why is it like that? This is weird. I'm gonna cut these. I'm gonna put a new box in because that's just weird. How funny. 2, 5, 7, 10. How funny. All right. 45, negative 45. What if this goes back to white? How does that look? What if we reverse it? Make that green and this white. Okay. I broke it in the process. Get player cash on hand. Good clock color. My question. That's my question. What's a good timer color? Yeah, it could count down the closer it gets to 0. But I don't know. What should I make it? What should timer? Because I guess this could start as green. So this could stay this. We should put a stroke on this though. On the countdown timer. That's right. I made a separate timer for that. Countdown timer. Let's do 4. So that we have consistency. The only thing is that with this, I can't put a stroke on the image unless I bring it into Photoshop. Which I can do. And then that'll make that stand out a bit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's put a stroke around that, just so there's a little bit more, it stands out, and then we can make the color of that one change as time goes on. It can go from green to red as well. I want to navigate to that. I want to show an explorer. Wherever explorer is. That's interesting. Right, that's a U asset. Honey, piggy bank, ghost. Widgets. Where is it? Let's see, screens, inventory prototype. Well, let's just see if we can pull one up. It's just a simple clock. I typed in clock and it gave me locks. C-L-O-C-K. Clock. Lock. Clockwork? No. Okay, stop. Watch. I don't need bird icons. Watches. It's a clockwise rotation. I'm looking for a clock. Advanced search. Something like this, but what if it's a timer? Give me a tiger. Backward time. This is surprisingly not intuitive. 25 time icons. This is close. But I don't. Okay, that's fine. I'll just export this. I'll export it as a PNG. We'll export it here. Export a PNGs. So we'll come back here. Game jams. And we'll open with Photoshop. Okay. We'll duplicate it. Layer style. Stroke. Don't want a gradient. We want a solid color. We want it to be black. Doesn't need to be 22. 4 maybe? That works. While we're at it, let's make it solid white. Yeah, well, timer. XD. And then we'll export. Just do a quick PNG export. And we'll export it where we need to export it to. Not builds. And then again, make sure we come in here to interface TD. Ploy fix. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Interesting. What size is this? 209 by 218. What size is this? This is also 209. So why does this? Okay, well that's right. That's right. Divided by 2. Divided by 2. Oh yeah, and we can. I'll see you online. Okay, so then if I do appearance and I change this, okay, sweet. So I can do the same. Timer image. Come to the graph. Where's our tick? Where my timer image? Say set. Set color and opacity. Do the same here. And promote. We're going to call this full timer color. Let's say this. No time color. And we just need to lerp. Does that say now? It's supposed to say no. Okay. So now what I need to do is I need to get Get component. Get component by class. I'm going to get the VPC delay timer. We're going to get the max time. A start delay. What did I call it? A timer length. So I'm setting that. What I need to do is actually, we're going to call this current time. This can be a float. And on this, we're going to set the current time to the timer length. And then current time update timer. Okay. So it's not doing anything. Oh, because that's a message. All right. Okay. So now if we come back here, we can say get current time and divide that by timer length. And that will give us our percentage. So, and since it's counting down, we want these to be reversed. So the no time color is going to be beet red, and the time color will be green. That should work. Start. Okay. That's works. So as that goes down, except for I'm noticing some weird clipping. And the stroke is not perfect. What I need is on that core widgets icons. I need I don't need it to advance. What I need it to is power 2? No, didn't say none. It's a wrap, we want it to clamp. Makes this clamp. That should help smooth it out. But you see how it's chopped off there? And that's because it's like that here. Let's canvas size. We're gonna give it 2 more pixels on either side. Yep, proceed. That's not what I meant. I meant to add 2 pixels. Canvas size. So that's 11, and that's 20. Needs to be more. Can I do this? +5? Yeah, +5. Canvas size. Can I just do 225 by 225? Okay. 230 by 230. Nice round numbers. Okay. Now the aliasing on here is not great. Blend mode. And that's just because of how small it is, which sucks. I don't want it to be like that, because it looks really bad. Looks really bad. But that's okay. It's because it's rasterized is the issue. And I don't want it to be rasterized. Oh, you can't even see it. That's it's an OBS thing. Can you see it? Oh yeah, you can. Okay. Yeah, we'll re-import. We'll save. We'll quick export. And then there we go. Everything is still the same. HUD. Let's take a look. Image size. That is not looking good. Okay, let's go back and wrap it. And hopefully that makes it. That is not great. I think I turned SR. Try turning that off. Let's see what happens if I do that. Well, that's not working either. Let's increase this stroke. Let's increase it to 7. Come back to Unreal. Let's re-import. That's better, but now I'm getting this weird ghosting effect around it. And I don't want that. No maps, it's UI, RGB, texture, padding and resizing. I don't need that. Let's try wrapping. See how that looks. No, I'm still getting that weird ghosting. I can't remember how to fix that. I do know there's a way to do it. Here we go, filter bilinear, I think. Trying to get rid of that weird look to it. How do I get rid of that weird look? That's not what I wanted. Oh, nearest, yeah, it's fine. Image processing. See, here it doesn't look like it, but when it's on screen, you see it. sRGB. And I thought for sure it was you have the clamp settings on it. Yeah, there we go. I just don't like. It just looks bad. See, everything else has a nice. Everything else has a nice look to it, but this just looks all choppy. What if I make it larger? Yeah, let's do that. Let's scale it up in here. We'll do 512 by 512. And we'll take this. Let's see. This probably won't work. Yeah, that's what I thought. However, I can do this. I'll use this as a guide. I'll make a new layer from top to bottom. From top to bottom. So I do that, and then I can fill it. And then I go from like here, and I do that. And then I cut it. Let me do a new layer. And all I'm doing is just recreating it. Where was that? Where was it? Where are you? There we go. That's not what I wanted. What? That's the layer I want. Come on. I feel like I need to just make it just a little bit wider. Or oh, I know what to do. Let's go back. Oops. Control V, transform. There you go. This ensures that it's the same size. And I want to merge these layers. Merge layers. We can just drop this down a bit. Okay, boom. All right, so now if I do a layer style, that looks cleaner, looks a lot cleaner. But I need to increase the canvas size again. Let's just do 550 by 50. Oh wait, no. No. I'm overthinking it. Let's just make it smaller. And then we'll do the same layer style, add a stroke. There we go. Export. Quick export as a PNG, timer, replace. Re-import. There we go. So that should look better now. It looks a little off. And the stroke needs to be bigger. Let's go to a 10. And we'll do another 10. Save. Quick export. It's not as thick. But we can fix that. It still looks choppy. That's weird. Why is it doing that? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? You should be there. Let's put a spacer in there just to add a little bit of separation between the two. Wow. Yeah, no, we'll do that. And then we'll put the spacer. There you go, that should help. Keep that from being all weird. Why are you being weird? That's how it should be. It should be from there, because then that way it'll go that way. Right? I think that's right. I think. Yeah, that's gotta be. I think I can tell this back to size. I'll probably delete the spacer again. Let's give this a 20-inch padding. That did not help at all. These are both set to fill. Set this to auto and auto. It should be fine. I don't want it to move. And I think that's because of that. Oops. Let's do that. Okay. If you count down, that shouldn't move now. Yeah, there we go. I'm okay with that moving a little bit. But now we're back to the whole stroke issue. Lowe's nose. Okay. Okay. Let's start the circle over. We will start it over from scratch. Bring this all the way up here. A little bit smaller. Okay. We're going to, that'll be good. We're going to paste it to make that just a okay, cool. Can we get black, please? Thank you. Perfect. Now we take this, we highlight it, we come here, we say cut, and now it's a lot bigger. Bring that back in. File, save, export, quick export, timer. And then we come back to Unreal. We re-import. That looks better. But it's just, I don't like it. I don't like how choppy it looks. Format which allows you to support vector images as 3D meshes. Because the only other thing I could potentially think of is maybe, because I just don't like how it looks. Depends on whether it's a 2D image. This method applies an outline to an image with a user interface widget. Border widget. Give an image a border color. Change the border color of the thickness. Is that something I can do? Because if I can, oops. Because if I can. Because there's not an option here. I can tell it to be a border. And that's just not, it just doesn't work. Wrapped box. Wrap with a border. Do that. So what if I drop this in? Make it black. Oh. It's not working. I just want a simple stroke. It's a vector that looks like the clock. That's it. That's all I want. That looks like the number. Because everything else looks really clean. But the rest of it doesn't look clean. Like it just looks really pixelated and choppy. Because like this is all being vector based drawn. Can I export this as a vector? Export as PNG, JPEG. Doesn't look like layers to fill, fast to illustrate. Because it's either that or it's just it's not. Well, no, because even in because even on the inside, like you see how it's this really gross pixelated. And it's not like what is like that in Photoshop. Is it like that in Photoshop? It is. That's the issue, is that this is... Okay, let's look at the stroke here. Blend mode. Darken? It's just not clean is the thing. The inside of it is just not clean at all. Let's just do something crazy here. ×2. That's not what I wanted. Image. Canvas size. ×2. Is making it larger, does that help clean it up at all? Not really. So weird on this side here. Okay, so I guess we're coming back to this then and looking at this. We have a stopwatch, we have an alarm clock, backwards time. Diagram. I guess. There's this one, solar time, but it's not. If it was only like without that, it's like I just want. It's like I like this, but even then I can't. can't really... I can't really do anything with it unless I bring it into Photoshop, and the Photoshop is just gonna make it all gross. Two-D texture, check a box to give it an outline, duplicate the offset trick, offset. In the material, use texture sample mask alpha, expand the alpha, subtract the original mask, output that as part of the final color. In the material, use texture sample into the mask alpha and a Sobel filter or dilation node set up to expand the alpha. Subtract the original mask from the expanded mask. Color it however you want. This becomes the outline. Okay, we'll try that. I'll say m underscore. Let's give that a shot. Let's see what this does. Okay, so we have a texture sample. Every boy and girl. Right, that's the texture sample. And then we go from to a mask alpha. And Sobel filter. Sobel. What is a Sobel? Sobel. It doesn't exist. Neither does a dilation node. Right, because I'm masking the alpha channel. Material domain user, blend mode, translucent. Mode. Translucent. User interface. Shading model unlit, which should automatically be set up. Texture 2D. Assign your image. Okay, yeah, my image is assigned. Vector parameter, outline color. scalar, which is going to be outline pixel. Get texture size from the UV. Drag from base texture to texture object node. Texture. Texture object node. Size in UV pixel offset. Okay, so how do I do that? I just want it to be probably if I sleep past 8:30. I don't think this is the way to go. No, I don't want to save. I think what I was doing before in Photoshop, I come back here. I open, I save it, bring it in here. One, if I do that, then I come here to layers. Let's try doing a layer style, a stroke just on this and see how that still looks gross. Outside, a center stroke. Center stroke looks cleaner. Inside looks gross. It's still not great though. Why is it at 29? Ugh. I'm gonna export this. Because when it's small, it looks okay. Why aren't you resizing now? Because I'm not. squeeze. It just looks gross. I don't like how it looks. And I don't know how to make it look better. The only other thing I could potentially think about doing is making a fake one. Let's try that. In your mind. What am I doing? I can just do this. Right. And then I'll just make a copy of it. Make it black. And we'll do this, and then we'll select, modify, feather, 2 pixels, and we'll delete. We'll do the same here. Select, modify, feather. And say delete. The only thing is that now it's like it still doesn't look good. It still looks really gross. What I need is something vector-based. I'm just not good at Illustrator. I don't even have it downloaded. Let's try this. Let's try this. Content core widgets. to enter image here. It's not much better. It's just not a... It's just not a good... It's just not good. It should, but it's gross is the thing. It's just all pixelated and I can't smooth it out. Like, it just gets crunched all to hell. Is there like a keyboard shortcut? Keyboard shortcut for a clock. Shift. Uh-oh, pardon me. Clock image. Clock symbols. That's not really what I'm looking for. I'm just gonna go with don't import. Yeah, I'm just gonna go back with this because I can do this and then I can add a stroke to it. I can make the stroke black. And that just looks clean. It just looks clean. Is that the one I want to go with though, or do I want to go with the alarm clock? That one I will import. Again, make it a UI image. Zero interface 2D.
People think about space like they launch
divided by 4. That looks a lot better. Target. We weren't throwing any errors up until a minute ago. Timer. It did not work. So that goes. Is it going to be all weird? Yeah. It can't be. I'm going to put. Why is it doing that? I don't get that. I mean, if not... Okay, so now maybe if I do... Okay. I'm okay with that. We're gonna be okay with that. We're gonna be okay. It's a little chunky, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that for sure. We can get rid of that as well. That is still being worked on. I guess I could have... Whatever. Okay. That's good. Okay, so that's good. Let's apply. Oh, let's test it for the color. First person player. Delay timer. We'll put this at 10 for right now. We'll put this at 0. Compile. So let's starts off with green. 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2. Why is it super choppy like that? Okay. That's new. That should have triggered the game over screen. But the colors are working. Okay, now I gotta find out why that's not working. Play timer. Because that should be triggering. Show mouse click, right? So if update timer, if the timer length is less than or equal to 0, aha! Needs to be current time now. We need to put this in the, this needs to be the first thing done. Before anything else. Start. 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boom. That broke. It's there. Damn. Let's increase this to, we'll do 30. We'll have it start right away. We'll give it a 3-second delay. Why is it I do that? I don't need that open. Probably need that open. I don't need this open. Don't need that open. Need that open. 3-second delay. Compile. Save. Here we go. Start. Let's see if the rest of it works. Let's see, right? So we have 258 out of 17,744. Okay, so it's just not grabbing the Hurst amount. Which is okay. That is an easy fix. It's because I'm not doing it on the Hurst anymore. I should do it on the Hurst. It should be done on the Hurst. Yeah, that should be done on the Hearst. Okay, so let's go back to this, doing it this way. Because then all it should do is just grab the Hearst, right? Coming at you. Getting the widgets. We are going to I shouldn't have to cast to it though, is the thing. I'm gonna have to though. Create that variable. Cast to WBP. Get widget. Cast to WBP. Hearst Bank. Well, no, I don't. I don't have to do that. Because if the Hearst Bank is just right, if I do this and I create a new binding, I should have the BP Hearst. And I should just get max value. That's all I have to do, I think. That should work. Of course it doesn't. Although, well, let's just see if it makes its way all the way through. It sure doesn't. I need to do the component for the Hearst Bank core components. Yeah, because this already has a max value. But I'm still fairly certain I don't need that. Mm-hmm. I don't need that either. Has get components by class, EPC, Hearst Bank. max value. I do need to finish connecting all this up though. Come on. Should be right. So why is it coming up blank? That's why, because I am an idiot. Because that's all that needed to be done. Because I copied it twice, is why. Yeah, there we go. And I don't need any of this, which makes this a lot cleaner. Cleaner, a lot nicer. I don't need a max value. Okay. Now we just gotta wait 30 seconds. And we can see if our total adds up. Let's collect something first so we make sure it completely works. So we should have 235 out of 17,415, 235 out of 17,415. Start. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of this. On the tally. So that stands out a little bit more. Okay. You are in a good spot, I think. Next thing I want to do is on the HUD. Let's make an animation. Let's push to the repo first. Gonna push that. I'll be right back. Okay. What I'm gonna do now is when if I put it there, it's always going to be there. That's the thing. I want it to be there, but I want it to when it expands, because if I increase the size, right, it's going to do that. So how can I, can I wrap it in a size box? Let's try that. And then if the size box gets bigger, nope, that's not gonna work. I could put it there. Okay, let's see how. It's the things that it doesn't shrink. I need it to shrink. Can I do this? Will it shrink if I do this? Okay. I do this. That works, I think, for now. And this way, if it gets bigger, no, it's still. Can you do the only one? Slot behavior. Let's add animation. We're gonna say time running out. We're gonna add horizontal box, and then in here we're going to add a transform. And this looks like that. Scale. Okay. Okay. That scales the correct way. So for every second, basically, okay, so we're going to put these here, put these there, put these here. Let's come back here. 1.5. That's a little big. 1.2, 1.2, 1.2. So when it's less than 10, let's say play animation. And we're going to look at the in animation, which is timer running out. And the target is self. Actually, yeah, no, that's right. We're gonna say time running out, start timer, start, no, start danger timer animation. And then what we want to do is come back to this one, and we come here. We have this update timer event. All right, so we're updating the timer, and then if time remaining is less than 10, we're going to do, yeah, we're going to do a branch. API HUD interface, we're going to add this one. This is going to be start danger timer. Come back down here, we're going to say start danger timer. And that's going to be on the HUD class. We get player character. Cast to. This is very bad practice. We can put a do once in here. So it'll only ever do it once. Get HUD. We're going to come back to the HUD. We're going to get this interface. We're going to start danger timer. And we don't need that anymore. Let's see what happens. Hopefully it'll work. Boom. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boop. Stop. Animation. Animation to stop. Come back to this. I'm going to say stop danger timer. Add function. Stop danger timer. Come back to HUD. Stop danger timer. We're gonna come back here, right? If it's not, we're gonna check that if it is. We're gonna check if it is. Less than or equal to 0, I think, is how it's gonna work. Since we're doing this, we might as well just come up here and grab it. So we grab it once, I'll turn it into that. And then we'll grab this. Still gonna do the do once. Do this, and we're going to say stop danger timer message. It's true. Again, just to do once. We'll see if that works. Get it down to less than 10. So boom, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, so not 0. Less than or equal to 1. We'll say less than 1. Less than 1. Actually, give me the player. I'm going to put this down to 15 seconds from now. Interesting. Oh, because it's... I know why it's doing that. I know why it's not working. Because I'm just checking if it's less than. So it's always doing this first. Nope, that's not right. If it's less than 10. Okay, if it's less than 10, check that. If it is less than, and if it's less than 10, check. Then if it's less than 1, do that. If it's not less than 1, then we do that. That's, okay. That, I think, is the order of operations we need to go with. Perfect. So let's reorganize this. Okay. Okay, so that's working. What I want to do, let's audition. Time running out. I just want to audition this. We're going to do a transform. But we're going to start off oops, 1 second, 1 second. So it's going to go. And we're going to come here just to audition it and see if this is better. Just to see, because I'm curious. Boom, boom. How does that feel? Ooh. It's a little weird, though. It's like not centered. Maybe 10, 20, 30. Oh, that doesn't work. That looks better. That doesn't though. That's the thing. The font is just... Let's zoom in here. Start it at 1, just so for a single frame, and see how that looks. It's just a single frame. It's just some of them look weird. Yeah, because then it stops on that frame. I don't know, I kind of like that. Instead of the whole thing pulsing. Ooh, what if we do... set color and opacity. Almost out of time. I could make it yellow. And when it's less than 1, we'll do out of time. So out of time should be red. Yeah. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's see what the team thinks. We'll start recording. So if I grab something, we fix that bug. We got this here. not gonna get there in time. Because that takes 5 seconds to load. Alright. Very recordings. Hold on.
Hurry in to get up to 40% off select major appliances. And get next day delivery on hundreds of appliances. Plus, Milo's Rewards members can save more. Not a member? Join for free today. Valid through 9/10. Valid on eligible in-stock orders. Order by 4 p.m. Subject to product and driver availability. Fees vary based on purchase. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Exclusions and more terms apply. See Lowe's.com for more details.
Coors Light presents To Chill.
I'm gonna wait till these things are done. I'm gonna re-record though. Okay. Oh, that sucked. I had a glitch during that play. That's fine. Cool. Alright, we're gonna handbrake this. I'll have to do it at 720 just because, you know, Discord only has that 10 megabyte limit, which is so stupid. The other side. Okay. Get this sent through. See what everybody thinks. See UI updates. See how the team feels. about that. Okay, let's push. And I think I'm going to call it there for right now. I need a break. So, thank you. I know it wasn't too engaging. There's not a whole lot of people here. Well, there's only one person here.